when we talk about forest harvest methods, there's basically four different. It's really three, quite honestly, but we talk about four different methods, and the way that the logging industry really likes is, I mean, what they really prefer is clear cutting, and the reason they prefer it is because it's much more efficient. If you just go in and you cut everything down, it's easy. You don't have to work around anything. You just remove everything. And this is what was being done in the Pacific Northwest, and it was just tragic because I'm not talking small woodlots. I'm talking vast mountains completely denuded. And so what they do is they would cut huge tracts of forest, and they completely destroy the forest. There's not even a hint of the forest left. There's just stumps at ground level. And so while that is the most efficient from a business perspective way of harvesting trees, it's by far the worst ecologically. Now we have this second technique, and it's called a shelter wood cut, and it was sort of a forest industry way of pretending like they're being ecologically minded when they're really not. Because what they would do with the shelter wood, what they said is, oh, we're not going to clear cut. What we'll do is we'll clear cut part of it, and then clear cut another part of it, and then a third part of it over the course of like 3 years. And the idea is that the staggering allows it to recover. But come on, how long does it take for a forest to grow back? Hundreds of years. That's the exact same as clear cutting. It's just clear cutting spread out over 2 or 3 years. So that is equally bad in terms of ecology. Now we have this third point. This third way of doing it is a very ecologically sound way of harvesting trees in a manner that is efficient for industry, and it's called strip cutting. And what you do is you literally will clear cut strips of land through the forest. Now, what does that do? Yes, it eliminates the forest, but on either side of that strip, you have forest, and then it'll grow back in, fill back in the empty spaces. So this is a way to be efficient and still not remove all traces of the forest itself. Now, the most ecologically sensitive, the best approach from the perspective of the environment is selective cut. And this is just where you go in and you only cut the high dollar trees and you leave all the rest, because the rest, those old cruddy trees that are only good for firewood, they're really important for wildlife. Things like a lot of the birds, woodpeckers and things like that, they need the old trees with the holes in them and, falling apart to survive. So selective cut is definitely, from the environmentalist perspective, the best approach.